Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mansa and in today's video I have a very simple yellow cake recipe. This is just a very traditional recipe and I'm using a Duncan Hines cake mix today. And we're also going to make our own homemade chocolate ganache or a chocolate glaze. Really simple, easy, moist, and so delicious. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So today I'm using about an 8-cup baking pan because this is a small cake and I'm going to reinforce this with some pan baking spray, and this already contains some flour in it, so it helps with a cake not getting stuck and just coming out nice and pretty. So I just like to spread it all out with my pastry brush, and now we're going to get started. I am using a Duncan Hines yellow cake mix. Now I get a lot of comments about me using box cakes. This video is about doctoring up a box cake mix. I have a lot of made from scratch videos if you are more interested in stuff like that. Okay, now to that I'm going to be adding 1 pack of instant vanilla pudding. This is a 3.4 ounce pack. Now I like to start by sifting the box cake mix because I find them to be quite lumpy for the most part. So sifting it will help get rid of all those lumps and just help to aerate this flour mixture in here. How is everybody doing? I hope you all are doing well. My name is Mansa, and if this is your first time here on this channel, you are absolutely welcome. Feel free to look around. I have a lot of recipes baked from scratch or just hack doctoring up videos like this one. So if there's something up your alley, please do consider subscribing and turning your notification bells to be part of this beautiful family. Now this is my dry mix. I'm going to put that on the side, and in a smaller bowl I'm starting off with my wet ingredients, and here I have 4 eggs at room temperature. That means I added an extra egg from what the recipe calls for on the back of the box. Now I'm just going in with a whisk just to break that up to make my mixing easily, and then I am going in with 1 cup of heavy whipping cream at room temperature. That is to replace the water on the box cake instructions. Never use water in your box cake recipes if you want it to taste really good. Now, next, it calls for 1/3 cup of oil. This is 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. You can use any lightly flavored oil of your choice. Now, to that, I am going to reinforce it with another 1/3 cup of melted unsalted butter. Make sure that it is unsalted and it is a butter of high quality so that you could get the best result. The box cake already contains salt, so if you use salted butter you're gonna mess up the cake. You're not gonna like it. It's gonna be too salty. Okay, so now of course I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I love vanilla in my baked goods. Then I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of butter extract. Right, you guys, this just hit it on the man. It just did it for me. That combo was bomb and I loved it so much. Then quickly combine those wet ingredients. This recipe is super quick and easy, and it is now time to combine our wet and dry ingredients. Okay, so now I am going in today with my hand mixer, but by all means you can just use a whisk for the most part. So going in with my hand mixer, I'll start off on low speed and beat this for about 30 seconds just to get everything incorporated. Then I bump it up to medium high speed and mix it for an additional 2 minutes, and always try to scrape the sides of your bowl and your bitters just to make sure that everything is well incorporated. Do not overbeat. You do not need to beat this for more than 2 minutes, and this is it. Look at my batter. It is nice and light because of that heavy whipping cream. Now it is time to pour in our batter, and by this time preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit because the mixing process for this is so fast. If not because I was recording, I would have done this so quickly. So yeah, pop it, drop it, release extra air bubbles. Try to make your batter as smooth as possible just so it can bake more evenly. And of course, I'm just shaking it, trying to level it more. I find this even easier to do than using a spatula. And of course, my batter is not really thick, so it is just perfect. So into our oven it goes, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're baking today for 35 to 40 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out nice and dry. And ta-da, here it is. Mine took about 40 minutes, and this is what it looks like. It should have a beautiful golden brown crust on the outside, and it should stay nice and yellow on the inside. Now leave it to cool down for about 15 minutes, and then go ahead and invert it and let it cool down completely to room temperature. So in the meantime, we're going to make a chocolate ganache. This is going to be really, really easy. So I am using today this Ghirardelli chocolate chips. This is dark process. This is a Dutch process dark chocolate chip, and I love it because the quality is really nice and it is really, really rich. So you can use any brand of your choice. Just make sure that it's a really good quality. And this is it. I have a nice full 1 cup of the chocolate chips. So now I'm just going to add that to my container today. And now you would also need some heavy whipping cream. Now you can either simmer this on the stove or put it in the microwave. I decided to put it in the microwave, but just go in little tiny increments like 20 seconds or 15 seconds at a time until you get it to simmer. Do not boil it, because once it starts boiling, it will spill over and make a big old mess. So once it starts simmering, having those little bubbles, so just do like 15 seconds at a time. And once you get those little bubbles starting to come out to simmer, stop it and just pour it into your chocolate chips. Now I started off with half a cup, but if you do find it thick, just add a little more cream to lighten it up. And I also went in with half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Again, if you find it thick, just simply go in with more liquid. And also, since I'm using a dark chocolate chip, it was not a sweet, so I went ahead and added half a cup of powdered sugar, and it was the perfect sweetness for me. Now, our cake has already cooled down to room temperature, and this is what it looks like. She is nice, she is perfect, and she is so soft, y'all. If you're enjoying this video, please go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up. I will appreciate it a lot. Now it is time to just drizzle, pour, whatever term you want to use. Just pour that ganache, just pour that chocolate glaze all over your cake. Nice and simple. And man, at the end of the day, it almost looked like, those bundt cakes that they sell? That almost looks like a volcano cake. That's what it was looking like to me, especially after the chocolate set. It was so delicious. So guys, this is what it looks like. Just pour it all the way to your heart desire. This was the perfect amount of glaze for this recipe. Now I like to let it sit for at least 5 to 10 minutes just so the chocolate can set a bit more before I cut into it. So this is what it looks like. It has been setting for a little bit. Now it's time to cut it, and you can see how we cut it with just ease. And this cake is just so soft. Guys, I use certain ingredients for a reason. I used both butter and oil in this recipe just to get the maximum moisture that I'm looking for in this recipe. This is what it looks like. It is still really nice and yellow on the inside, and the crust is not dry at all. And that ganache right there, y'all, this was so delicious. I loved it. It's been sitting on my countertop, and it just stays nice and soft because of that oil. And that brings us to the end of this recipe today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give your girl a thumbs up, and feel free to share my videos with your friends and family. Tell them about Manser, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, y'all.